Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am Divya, and today I'm recording this video on the topic, and especially for those people who want to know about IT as an industry. They want to pursue their career into IT industry, but they are not very sure as to what exactly this industry entails and what do they have to do if they join this particular industry. There are many people who have reached out to me, and they have been asking these similar questions whenever I hold an event, whenever I go into any of the universities, or addressing any of the young generation who are willing to, who are lucrative towards the industry, but they are not very sure what exactly they have to do and what this industry entails. So I'll address all of that in today's video. My intent is to reach a wider mass, and I thought putting this on YouTube is the easiest way to reach out to the wider mass and send this message across. Share my experience, my knowledge with wider audience. With that, I'll start with my introduction. I'm Divya. I am based out of London. I'm natively an Indian who has moved to London in 2017, and I've been part of IT industry from past 20 years. I started as a programmer, a Java developer, but I have played multiple roles during my career, mostly ranging from management and into account management and the sales side of things, client and partner management, doing pitches and delivery management. Don't worry if you don't understand these jargons that I just throwed across while my introduction. It is absolutely okay. It's not important for you to know right now, but I will try and keep this video very, very simple and very keeping that audience in mind who have no idea about IT industry and want to know the basics in a very layman language. So I will not throw very complicated words to you, but try and keep my content to which is relatable. So let's start with the basic question, which I which I've been asked by many people, that, oh, if I have to get into IT industry, can you recommend the programming language that I can learn? Can you recommend the course that I can do? So I will address this myth and I will clear it first in a one-liner, and then I will explain and address it later during my entire video. That if you have to enter into IT industry, it's not only that you need to program, you need to be a coder. Only then you'll be able to enter into IT industry. That's not correct. I will explain what are the different other areas and all that. But let's first understand what is IT industry. So IT industry is divided into different sectors. So one is services, one is product, and then there is consulting. Now, these all can be combined also. There are organizations who do all of this. There are organizations who are specialized in services, product services. There are companies who are specialized in product engineering, which is product development. And there are companies who are doing services consulting together and specializing only in consulting. So what is the difference between the three? Services companies are the companies who provide their services and help those companies who want to build some digital products. Like, for example, if there is a bank reaching out to us and saying that I want to build an online portal, a mobile app, where my customers are not required to come to my branch for withdrawing money or transferring money and doing different kind of deposits and transactions that are needed in the bank. What I want you is to provide an online portal for all those consumers of mine to go over internet and do all these exercises. One way is bank can build their own product, have their own team and build that product, but they reach out to, because that's not their core selling base, right? So that they are into banking, their core business is banking and not software development. So they reach out to the other companies who provide their services to them and help them build these kind of portals and apps and all of that. Other one that I talked about is product engineering. So product development companies are the ones who develop product for themselves, and their core business is coming from the development of that product. Like for example, Google has Gmail and all the other different products. They develop that product for themselves, right? So those are product companies whose core business comes from the product that they are developing. Now, they can also tie up with these services companies who can partner with them, who can come on board, deliver the product that they want, but the product's IPO stays with Google, with the product company. These people are just hired to build those kind of products into the organization. So there is services who tie up with different kind of organizations, be it purely product organizations or be it other industry organizations like banking, manufacturing, retail. You go to any of the shops, you can go in the shop and shop, but they have websites as well. So these kind of players can contract with services organizations, and these services organizations can also serve product organizations. And now then there is consulting. Consulting is something where people will come on board and they will tell you how to develop, what are the different risks, where's the market going. They help you and they consult you around different areas of software development or digitization. All right. So that's how the industry is divided. Now it can be joined up as well to consulting services together, product engineering and services together. So, but vitally it is three. Okay. Now, what happens? Is there anything different that happens in services versus product versus consulting? The answer is, to an extent, yes and no. When you develop a product, definitely you need same kind of team working to build a product. But there are certain elements which are a bit different, which is around your costing and budgeting and how to model it, how to operate. But the build part of it, when you are giving life to a product, that would be same in services and in product, because services are going to eventually build a product and they become like your extended teams sometimes, who are helping you to build those kind of products. So whether you have your in-house team or an outsourced team, they will work on the same kind of product building. So the technology engineers and the various roles that are required, they will be same. In consulting, however, it is a bit different. In consulting, you do not develop products. Consulting can be a route to giving business to services, organization. So they come on advisories and they do market research. They have different gamut altogether. So today we are going to talk about majorly how life is given to a product and what are the different roles that are required. What did you mean when you said that I can be a part of software industry or IT industry, but I don't need to be a programmer or a coder? So for that matter, we're going to address that topic. Now, let's come to what are the different roles and how a product development happens. Okay, whenever there is a product that you need to develop, by product, you in a layman's language, when I say to somebody a product, what is it? You may think of, okay, it could be a product like a beauty product, a product like a toy, a product like a camera, or a product like a phone. These are products. In usual layman, how that's what they understand, that these are the products. But in software world, products are like your Gmail, like your bank applications, like your any of the ERP systems or CRM systems. They are all products. They come to life, right? Um, like your gaming products, you must be playing games, right? So they're products, right? So in IT world, these are the products. These are called products. Anything, what is a product? It is, you develop something and the manufactured thing is called end product. So here in IT industry, you manufacture softwares, you manufacture applications, you manufacture websites, you manufacture platforms, various things you kind of manufacture, but all digital, which is can be accessed over internet. Now, when you have to develop a product, you have to first ideate, you have to first think what product needs to be built and what are the different kind of features that you want to bring into that particular product. For example, if you have to build a Gmail as a product which has to be consumed by wider mass over internet, I need to have a platform where people can send and receive an email. That's a product that I want to build up. Now there will be somebody coming on board saying that what are the different features that I'm going to give in this online platform. It's not only email that you see on the Gmail. There are Google Chat that is also available. There is Google Meet, the web meet that is available in Gmail platform itself, right? Then there are features around configurations, how you want to set your vacation reminders and your out of office, if you're using Gmail for your official things. If you want to set the background in color, if you want to do various other configurations as to how it should be appearing to you, the layout of the entire Gmail account, that all stuff is done by a product team. So there is a product team who ideates how my product is going to look. Okay. Even in your banking applications, what all features you want to give? Of course, you want to give transaction related, that you can transfer the funds, you can receive the funds, you can see your statements. But then you might want to have a feature where a person puts in a date range and he or she can get a statement of that particular period online. They don't have to request bank for that. You may want to set up a check honoring feature in the banking application. You might want to set up deposit feature where person can log in and set up their deposits and do the investments, fixed deposits, or buy any other instrument online via your banking application. So these are the different features, different facilities that you want to provide in your product and product. Now, who defines all of that? This is defined by a product team. Now you see, this product team is not coding. They are not programming. They are just defining what needs to be done, what needs to be present in a product. So a product team, a product person doesn't need to code. Then comes, once the product is ideated, okay, these are the features that I want, there has to be a person looking at after how it is going to be flushed out, or looking, the look and feel of your product, that needs to be defined. What should be the color palettes, how your logo is going to be appearing, what will be the different navigations, where those navigations will be. If I have Gmail and I'm composing that mail, where will be my compose button, where will be my send button, where how my subjects are going to look like, what are the different features if somebody's saying that, okay, while drafting my email, I want to provide these features of changing fonts, putting bullets, colors, text, bold and italics, and like a Word document. I want all those features in my compose email. Then where will that be? What will be the icons, and so on and so forth. All of this designing is done by design team. The look and feel, the colors, the fonts, the where what is going to appear on the website or on the portal, all this is done by the design team. They are again not coders. They do not code. So we talked about product team, we talked about designers. Now, I mean, of course, there are much more in-depth complexities in each of these areas, which you don't need to understand right now, but I will just throw those words for you to just keep them in mind. Like, for example, a product guy, there is a role of a product owner, there's a role of a business analyst. Now, a product owner is a person who owns that particular definition of that particular product, and a business analyst is somebody who's going to translate that into a written form or in a script form where the engineers can understand what needs to be built, or designer can understand what needs to be built, right? So business analyst writes it down, puts it down, defines it. Product owner tells how it needs to be done, and he's the person who's owning the entire product, right? So those are the different kind of roles. Same goes for designer. There is a visual designer and there is a UX designer. Visual designers provide the visuals. How should I explain that to you? Visuals in the sense they will tell you that how the elements are going to look, what will be the font, color palette, how will be the layout will be. UX designers will tell where the button will be, what will be the pixel, what will be the navigation, where will that be, right? So, and then there are prototyping that happens in as an end product or of a designer. So in design also, hence I was trying to just explain that in design also you don't have to code. Then comes the role of a engineer. Now these engineers are the people who code. Now once the product is defined, once the design is done, and then the engineers come in play and they said, okay, now I know what needs to be built and how it is going to be looking like. I have to now take the data from the database and then pull it and present it in the way as it has been defined by the product owner and the designer. So those engineers, they need to code. And then in engineering also, there is a front-end engineer and there is a back-end engineer. Front-end engineer is the one who actually takes the data, whatever has been given by the back-end engineers, and they present it, put it on the layout that a designer has designed, right? So that's how they work, and they have a language for doing that. Like very, I don't think so I need to go that rudimentary. You guys all understand the computer has its own language and they understand those languages only. So in front end also, there are languages that you need to learn, and then you can become a front end engineer. In the back end, there are again languages that you need to learn, and then those languages can enable you to give commands to the computer, and then computer will understand what you want, and he will operate as you are commanding them based on the syntax and the language that you're going to use. So your front-end engineer and back-end engineer, definitely they need coding. Then comes your quality assurance. Quality assurance are QA guys. QA guys are those who are going to test your product, whether it is fit for the launch or not. Are all the features that have been requested by the product owner, have they been implemented or built the way he has defined or not, or there is any issue, there is any gap, or it's not working properly. All of that is done by a tester. Even the performance aspect of any application, it should not be that you click a button and the response time of the next action is taking more than a second, I mean a long time to respond, right? So they do those kind of testing as well. They also do testing around that if there's a big volume of customer coming in versus a small volume of people coming in, then what is the response time? So they The testers test the application in all the different ways. And then again, there are different areas in testing. It's a vast topic, which I will not touch today. But if anybody is interested, I can definitely make a sequel video of this and help you understand what is in depth around in product design, engineering, and in QA so far that we have covered. I can go in depth in each of this, but you need to let me know if you need those kind of information or not, and I'll be happy to release a video on that. So QA, I can't straight away say that QA doesn't need coding. Testing is of two types. One is manual testing, that you keep clicking on different buttons and as expected and see whether it is performing as expected or not, or there are gaps. And then there is automated testing, which is what is much more prevalent right now. Automated testing, you write scripts and they're executed on your site or the product that you have developed, and it performs those actions as a manual tester and gives you results. So those scripts are written using a language, using a tool, and that needs to be learned. That is something, if you want to go in automated testing, then you need to learn those specific languages and tools. Then comes there is definitely when you are releasing a product, we have covered how to ideate, how to define what will be the look and feel of it. We talked about who will build that. We talk about who will test that, but we didn't talk about how will that be hosted. It needs to be hosted somewhere, right? When you access, by hosted I mean when you access any of the URL, it hits an address and delivers you and shows you, brings you that application from there. Now, how all that happens is a bigger topic and a very complex topic, but in a simplistic terms, you can say that there is a space where the product needs to be put. Now, how much space it will take, how much scaling will be there when the load will come, when the users will start hitting that particular URL. All of that needs also a kind of definition and management, which is done by DevOps team. So those are the people who deal with infrastructure. You might have heard about cloud, you might have heard about networking and all of these firewalls kind of stuff. This is managed by the DevOps team. Now comes the last part, I think. In a broader term, I've covered most of the things, but the last part is management. In DevOps also, you may need certain languages for scripting and all of that, but primarily this is a specialized field. Other specialized fields are data related, like you might have heard about big data, machine learning, AI, and all that. These are all specialized fields. They need specific courses. If you want to become specialized engineers in these, then yes, you have to do coding and specialized courses to learn how to do data analysis, how to do what are the different algorithms and how you would put that, what is a data set and all of that. So if you want to know more about data space, do let me know in the comments and I will definitely make a video around it. It's a very upcoming interesting field, and if you want to know about it, then yeah, it's a complex topic, so we can talk about it in a separate video, but that's also a stream, but specialized one. The common ones are your product design, engineering, QA, DevOps, and management. Management is your these days probably people do work on agile, and agile is a specialized management course that is available by the PMI organization, and they give you knowledge around what are the different frameworks in agile and how. So it's a kind of a science, but again, it doesn't need coding. There is no need of coding. Now, what do management people do? So a product comes into life when all these team members come together and they start collaborating and talking to each other. They start producing some inputs, some outputs, which can be used by the subsequent team, and the collaboration of all, when this all and the entire team works together, gives life to the product. Now, all of this needs to be managed in terms of, when is a product guy giving me the definition which a design team can pick up, and then the designers will define the design which an engineer can pick up, and so on and so forth. So you need to create a cycle as to, from product to delivery to the launch, how the progression will happen, what will be the timelines, what will be the effort that will be going in, what will be the different dependencies, what are the different risks and issues. All of this management of getting a product into life is being done by a management guy. Okay, no coding required in there. Now, I mean, I've been saying repeatedly, no coding required, but then it is very helpful if each and every stream is aware about the technical feasibility and applicability of the product that you are building, because then the decision making becomes easier, communication becomes easier, collaboration becomes easier. So if you're able to gather that knowledge, it is good. But then it is not always that you need to know. It's not one of the job description criteria. And then you venture into the industry, and as you grow in your experience, you gather it, you learn it, and you get to it. All right, so what all we have covered? We have covered product, design, engineer, QA, DevOps, and management. These are the primary roles. 6 roles that I talked about are the primary roles that are there in any of the software or product development. And you can think of entering any of these streams by doing the specific, like for example, product guys need to be more on the business side, business solution side of the product. Designers needs to be creative side of the product. Engineers, of course, programming. Quality assurance or testing is around the how you are looking critically on the product. If it's a manual testing, automation definitely requires a skill to be learned. DevOps is a skill to be learned. Management, you can do management courses, and then you can, or the Scrum Master kind of courses, and you can come into management line as well. So I think I've covered most of it. I've tried to keep it very, very layman. It's a big world, complex world, difficult to comprehend in very, very simple and easy way. But these basics will help you in navigating your way and understanding what an IT industry entails and what are the different roles that I can play if I get into an IT industry. You might have heard a lot about, I don't want to miss that because that can add confusion, architects. Architect is also a very specialized field, but when you enter into an industry, nobody enters as an architect. You need to gain experience over a period of time, and then you become specialized into technology where you are. Architects are not building architects. Architects are the architect of the product. So they define what are the different components that needs to be used while building the product. A little complex, but the basic thing that you can understand is that when you are entering into industry, you will not enter into an architecture role, which is a technology expert, technology specialist who gains experience over a period of time and then becomes an architect. Hope this brief introduction would have helped you to figure out. In case you have further questions or something is not clear, please put that in comments and I will try and answer them as soon as possible. So this was my first attempt to make a video. I'm not a vlogger. I have not mastered this science as yet, but I just wanted to reach out to wider mass because there's a lot of confusion floating in and people are little scared of entering into IT industry. It's a beautiful world. I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it because you get to work on those kind of innovations, products which are going to change the world. So you're making a difference in this world, and that is one of the job satisfaction that you get when your product is in the market and they are changing lives of people, right? So it's a very exciting world. There are a lot of different gamuts to it. There's robotics, there's IoT, there is connected devices in cars, the infotainment systems, the cognitive analysis. When you are drowsy, your car speaks to you, right? They tell you, oh, you're getting sleepy, take a break, right? So all of this is super exciting. I mean, think about a world 15, 20 years back. All this was not there. So we have built all of this and made this world a different world altogether, a better place to live, kind of. So if all of that excites you, I think you should give your hand on the IT industry. All the best to you guys, and anytime you want to reach out to me, please put that comment in, message me, and I will definitely try and respond to you as soon as possible. Take care, guys. All the very best for your future. Bye bye.